Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Hey everyone, welcome into tonight's live. Good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I have to change, I think, nope, I don't have to change the date. It's actually correct. It is Thursday, April the 3rd. So it is 2025 and we are still talking about Idaho 4. You think that we would already be at a trial by now, but nope, not yet, not quite yet, not quite yet. But welcome in everybody. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's in the chat tonight. And then we'll get started with what we're going to go over. But hello, Ladybug. Hey, Dawn. Good to see ya. Hey, Lord Mama. Hey, Princess Elsa. Mary Beth. Triple L's in here. We got Tony. It's good to see you guys. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Mary Beth. I appreciate that. I actually took it in this shirt today. Took the picture that's on the thumbnail right here at this desk. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. Hey, Frenchie. So I appreciate the compliments. It's a little fluffier today. Maybe it's the rain. Could be. Could be the rain. Hey, DM. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are so nice to me. Hey, Ministry of Defense. Hey, Michael. I guess I wouldn't come on if you guys were mean, huh? Hey, Mandy. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Sailor. Princess is in here. We got everybody in here tonight. Hey, Seam Check, number 11. Hey, CJK. Hey, Sailor Outlaw George. How you doing? Wizard Wilson here. He's in here earlier tonight. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Lake Girl. I don't say Lakers Girl, but Lake Girl. Hey, Vanessa and Corrupt with Steven. I hope you're good. I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're good. I hope your mouth's doing okay. I heard you had surgery. Oh, I can relate. If anybody can relate with teeth being pulled especially in the back of the mouth. I'm your girl. If you need any pointers or and just make sure you have toothpicks because food gets stuck down in there, and it's gross to say that, but it does. And it's just like that's the worst feeling ever. Or like you're up top, so you probably aren't having that problem. I had mine in the lower. So hey Ozzy, hey Karma, and it is not fun. Crystal, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I did. I thought I did, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't. So I'm gonna say it again. Okay. Hey Queen of Shebas. I was like, I know I see one more. Oh, did I miss it? I thought maybe I missed something. I don't know. Probably did. But if I missed something, let me know. Just let me know. Hey, Tempest. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Stephanie, probably. Oh, did you do some videos on the tornadoes? Your wisdom teeth turned into a... Oh. And turned into... What the heck is... I never heard of that before. Oh, gosh. That had to have hurt. I broke my jawbone before, if that counts. 2 places. Did you know? I'm going to tell you this little tidbit about me. I went 11 years since my accident with. I thought that the metal that I had metal like down here because of some sort of breakage on this side. I didn't think about it very well. Well, apparently no, I had like a big crack right here in this part of my jaw too. And I just found that out like probably 3 or 4 months ago. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, I had that this whole time. Didn't know it. Didn't even know it. So let me pull up the first thing here. Actually, I'm going to pull this up and then I'm going to go over to this because I have so many tabs I can't even tell you. I've been doing it for 11 years on and off. Teeth removed, teeth put in, crowns put on. Root canals, all of it. I actually had a mouth infection with you guys for like a year and I didn't know it until it's just really hurt really bad one day. So I was like, oh, okay, time to go to the dentist. And that's where my butt went. And then they told me I needed like a bunch of dental work done. I think that goes for anybody on YouTube or any social media. I'm going to say any social media because I don't know, but I'm going to say a lot of people on YouTube, we all need our teeth fixed. I'm there. I just broke metal out of my teeth the other night. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I went for like a good week without any dental problems. So that was great for me. Hey, Brandy, welcome in. I'm burning up in here. Hey, I'm dreaming of blue skies and sandy beaches. Hi, Diane. Have I ever thought about visiting Japan? I would love to. If I could take a good plane ride there, like one that requires me just sitting, sleeping, I could do that. I would love to go to Japan. I'm sure it's beautiful there. Actually, we know it is. We've seen pictures. Alicia went to Japan. She used to be in our chat and she went to Japan. And then I wonder what happened to Alicia. But yeah, she would come into our chat. But she went to Japan. She was sending us pictures when she was there. So there are some new documents that came out in Idaho today. So I figured we go through them. They do have a new prosecutor that's coming onto the case. When I first saw the picture, it was him. There's 2 guys in the picture. And I'm like, one of the men looked like he was probably, and no offense to this guy, but he looked like he was in his 90s. And I was like, please let it be the younger of the 2. Because, fresh minds. We need fresh minds sometimes. So, and it was the younger of the 2. So it says here, notice, the state of Idaho versus Bryan Kohberger, notice of appearance. And if it's in pink, it's from the state. So it just says, comes now the state of Idaho by and through Latah County prosecuting attorney, which always says, and gives notice to the court and opposing counsel that special deputy prosecuting attorney Joshua D. Hewitt, Idaho State Bar, 5927 will appear as an attorney for the state in this matter. And they put this on the second day, yesterday of April. So, and I'll show you a picture of him in just a moment. So you guys won't know who he is because he already put in his first filing. He's running out the gate strong. Running out the gate real strong, I guess. So this was written by him. It's the state's first supplemental request for discovery disclosure. This just made me, I don't know why, but I was like giggling when I was reading this. I don't even mean to be, but I think it just made me kind of giggle because it was like, the defense has been asking for discovery for a while, but this is just discovery disclosure. But it says to, and I've never seen this before, to the defendant, Bryan Christopher Kohberger and counsel. Never seen that before, like up here where they've said that. Please take notice that the undersigned, pursuant to Rule 16C of the Idaho Criminal Rules and Idaho Code 18-207, request discovery and inspection of the information, data, and materials listed in the attached sealed exhibit S1. That's, I'm assuming, State 1. This is a continuing request pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 16J. While the first supplemental request applies to all the defendant's expert witnesses, the specific basis for this request is that the defendant's disclosure of the reports of the forensic psychiatric evaluation by Dr. Elaine Ryan and the neuropsychological evaluation by Rachel Orr appear to be incomplete. And these are the two doctors that, diagnosed him with the autism, gave him, a sprinkle of autism. I think they said it was like a level 1. When I looked it up, it was like the lowest amount, like the lowest that you can like score to, be considered autistic. So, and he's had time to read up in that jail and get some information and figure something out. And he could have been playing them for a fool and, just saying these are his symptoms. And then they're like, oh, that sounds like, this, give him a few tests. She said she did brain scans on him. When, where, how? Because they're not going to let you just take Bryan Kohberger out of the jail. That's not going to happen. And they don't have scans inside of jails. Unless I would have to be one fancy jail. But it says that they're incomplete. The reports do not appear to be accompanied by all the results, and the tests are conducted as part of the examination. And then it says Idaho Criminal R Rule, I'm assuming, 16C2. And number 2, the facts and data for the opinions contained in the reports, Idaho Criminal Rule 16C4. As such, they do not afford the state a complete opportunity to consider the substance of such testimony and prepare for rebuttal through its own experts. Accordingly, the state requests that defendant immediately produce the underlying data evaluation and examination results as outlined in sealed Exhibit S1. Yeah. And then there's his name, Josh Hurwitz, Special Deputy Prosecuting Attorney. So he's coming out the gate strong. I think he's a fuzz on my mic. That always gets on my nerves. So this is going to be the new guy here. This is from Wikipedia, but that's him. He's been in Idaho in office since June 17th, 2022, and says February 13th, 2025. But I'm assuming he's still in office because he would have to be in office to be, he would have to have a practicing license to be able to, take on this case. And I'm sure he does, but it says here that he worked as an associate at Paul West and Garrison in New York City. He served as the law clerk for Judge Naomi Buchwald of the United States District Court of the Southern District of New York from 2008 to 2011. He was an associate at Kirkland and Ellis. He also worked as an associate at Covington and Burling in Washington, D.C. From 2012 to 2022. He served as Assistant United States Attorney for the District of Idaho. That sounds pretty, good job. During his tenure, Hewitt has prosecuted members of the Aryan Knights. I thought it was like Aryan Brotherhood. Do they not call them that anymore? It's a white supremacy gang active in Idaho. Same thing, though. That's what Aryan Brotherhood is. He has also served as the District of Idaho's coronavirus fraud coordinator. There is a coronavirus fraud coordinator out there. Who the heck needs them? What kind of world are we living in? Like, I think we all want to leave that thing alone. Leave that back in 2020. So I guess Joe Biden announced his intent to nominate to serve as the United States Attorney for the District of Idaho. Okay, I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on him, just and give you guys a picture. That way, if you see him in court next time and you're wondering who's sitting, who the handsome guy sitting beside Bill Taylor is, we know who it is now. It's this guy. I don't know how old he is. I wish I did. Wait, personal details. 43, 44. Yeah. So new attorneys everywhere. You don't like him? Wizard Walt said he doesn't like him. I don't know if we're talking about him or not. Hey, Aries. Hey, everybody coming in. Yeah, just ministry. I don't know if they would. I mean, I guess they would take him out if I don't. I just don't know if they would for this. Do you know what I mean? For like, how do you get like a field trip signature? Do you know what I mean? Like, what does it have to be like? And how long in advance? And does the prosecution have any say in if you get to take them out and get their brain scanned? Or do you know what I mean? Like there was no like back and forth about this or anything before. Like this just happened. Like they just popped up and they're like, yeah, he has autism. So it's kind of like weird. It's just weird to me. It's like when was the test done? How were they done? All that. So, and welcome in everybody. Hey, just Debbie, welcome in. It is raining here. I hope it's nice where you guys are because it is raining cats and dogs here. Okay. Which one do I want to go over first? I didn't realize how many actual timelines that I have on Google Earth for this case. I was looking earlier, but I didn't have this one, so I just pinpointed them back. I just put everything back in really quick. There was only a few things I wanted to go over. Like a few stops, though. But for some reason, I did something funky. So we'll just have to. Okay, we'll do this one first, and then we'll come back to that one. So I wanted to go over Bryan's alleged, like, the way that he was traveling the night of the murders. So basically, after the murders of the 4 University of Idaho students, Bryan Kohberger was reported to have been driving around that area. And there were indications he may have traveled to locations such as the Snake River. I'm going to let you guys be the judge and let you guys decide where you think he might have threw the murder weapon in the clothes. But I wanted to go over that kind of tonight. Investigators have looked into these movements as part of the case against him, suggesting that he may have sought to avoid detection or dispose of evidence. The details surrounding his actions following the murders have become a significant aspect in the evidence that's been presented against him in court. So this flyer here came out in 2023, I want to believe, like in the beginning of. And so we'll go through this, and then I'll go through the Google Earth with you guys so you guys can see it a little bit better on like a map, like, you know, on an actual map. But thanks for being here tonight, everybody. If you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button for me. It really does help the channel, gets us out into the algorithm. And if you guys want to become a member, I put the link in the chat. I'm going to, I'm just going to leave it in the chat, actually. I'll put it in the chat throughout the live if you guys want to become members. Hey, Margot. So, oh, and I'm also going to go through the timeline on the affidavits. I have like, so there's 2 probable cause affidavits in this case, and nobody talks about the second one. Everyone talks about the first one. But I was reading through the second one again today, and I was like, wow, there's a lot more information in here than there is in the first one. So I think we're going to go over the second PCA in the next couple of days because it really does have more information in there. I was actually surprised when I was reading it that I didn't remember this information before. Like, I mean, you know, I remembered it, but like there's just been so much information in this case. Sometimes you think of something and you're like, is that true? Was that alleged or was that actual fact? And that it was one of those kind of things. So, but I'm going to read through some of that with you guys. But it says here, this timeline shows the alleged travels on November 13th of Bryan Kohberger. The location and times were established with a combination of videos that allegedly show Kohberger's white Hyundai Elantra and network connections his cell phone allegedly made with various towers. Investigators put these details in an affidavit that was released Thursday. So you can see on the map, like 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to read through them though. So number one, at 2:42 a.m., Kohberger's cell phone is located at his residence at 1640 Northeast Valley Road, Pullman. At 2:47 a.m., the cell phone shows it traveling south through Pullman, but then stops reporting a network connection. And this is when they're saying that he turned his phone physically off and that he had like a 98% battery when he turned the phone off. So number three, at 3:29 to 4:20 a.m., the Hyundai Elantra makes 3 initial passes by the 1122 King Road residence, leaving via Walenta Drive. It returns a 4th time at 4:04 a.m., first driving eastbound on King Road. It leaves the area at 4:20 a.m., traveling at a high rate of speed. And then I'm going to put that back so you guys can see where the stuff is. And then number 4, which is over here, the cell phone comes back on a line and pings at Blaine near US Highway 95 at between 4:50 and 5:27 a.m. The cell phone pings near Genesee, then Uniontown, and finally at Pullman between 5:25 a.m. and 5:27 a.m. The white sedan is recorded by 5 cameras in Pullman and on the WSU campus. 5 cameras. See him, scooting around to his house. And then 9 to 9:21 a.m., the cell phone shows that it leaves Kohberger's Pullman residence and travels to Moscow. Between 9:12 a.m. and 9:21 a.m., it connects with cellular resources that provide coverage to the area where the King Road residence is located. So he's in the area of the crime scene. Now, I don't know if he decided to come back in the morning because he wanted to see, like he wanted to be an observer. Like he thought it would be chaotic. And maybe he thought there would be a lot of students outside, a lot of, police, investigators would be there, they'd have everybody, he like first responders. I think maybe he went there to do that, to stand in the crowd and kind of observe and just get a little look-see. But at the same time, I kind of think, well, maybe he went back for that knife sheath. Maybe he just kept thinking about it. And he's like, well, if I can sneak back in there and grab it, maybe he was thinking that. Now, I don't know why he didn't go back into the house and grab it. Because, if he would have pulled up there at 9:12 to 9:21 in the morning, nothing would have been going on. The girls would have been asleep at that time. And like they wouldn't have been even back up to call their parents or call their dads yet. So I think that they would have been sleeping at that time. They slept from I believe it was like 7:30 to 10:30 or something like that. So it would have been, no one would have even been awake. So I don't know why he didn't go back in. So that's why I almost lean towards maybe he wanted to be just a spectator. And then when he went there and he saw, heck, no one's here, he just decided to drive home. Maybe he waited 10 minutes. Maybe he was going to wait and see if police showed up. I don't know. I just think that he went back there for a reason, and we'll find out. I think we'll find out what the exact reasoning is. I think we will, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe we won't. I think that's something that actually Bryan Kohberger might have to tell us himself. So maybe we won't find out, but maybe we will find something out because he's going to have to explain why he's back over there. Was he looking at the sun? because I mean, the sun would have been up that by then. At 9:32 a.m., the cell phone returns to the area of Kohberger's Pullman residence. And that's when he is at home and he takes his shower and he takes his bathroom picture. At 12:36 p.m., the cell phone shows it is near Kate's Cup of Joe coffee stand in Clarkston. And I'm going to show you where that is. Surveillance footage from the nearby chef's store shows a white Elantra drive past the coffee stand. At 12:46 to 1:04 p.m., the cell phone pings near Albertson's grocery store in Clarkston. Video footage from Albertsons shows Kohberger exiting the Elantra at 12:49 p.m. and interior cameras capture him walking through the store, purchasing items at the checkout, then leaving the store at about 1:04 p.m. And we don't know as of right now what he bought at the Albertsons. I'm assuming cleaning supplies, maybe, to clean out his car. Maybe that's what he was doing, but I couldn't tell you for sure. Or to clean his car and his home. But I did go to an Albertsons in California, and I did like a walkthrough of the store because I didn't know what it was. So I did one of those. So if you guys don't know what it is, you can always check out my video. But it's just basically like a grocery store. So at 5:36 to 8:30 p.m., the phone stops reporting. So the phone's dead again. All of a sudden, he turned the phone off, or it went dead. One or the other, but the phone stops reporting to a network during this time. So for 3 hours, nothing's going on that phone. That is the final mention the affidavit gives of Kohberger's alleged movements on November 13th. So you can see kind of where he was traveling around, just kind of going a little bit of everywhere, out of his way, if you will. Like, literally, he was going out of his way. He could have got cleaning, whatever, grocery. They have a Walmart there. Like, he could have got that right in Pullman. He didn't need to go all the way to Lewiston, Clarkston area, Do you think that he was getting cleaning supplies? I'm just wondering what else he would have been getting, Like, I know they don't have, like, better sushi at that Albertsons than, the Albertsons up by him, or you know what I mean? Welcome in, Thor. Hey, get to the ducky point. Man, I'm so glad I swiped right when I saw his bathroom pic. You should have saw Vincent's first picture he sent me. It was so funny. We met on Tinder, if you could believe that. It was like a fake, like front. Oh, it must have been the best picture I ever seen, because look, 9, 10, no, we're going to be on 10 years now, but 9 years later, look at us go. But it was cute. It was funny. But yeah, we met on Tinder. But he didn't tickle me and tell me I had good birthing hips neither. So that's why he got the second date. Let me see if I can just go out of Google and go back to Google Earth. I did something funky to my thing. Let me see if I can. What's today? Did it not save? I don't think it's saved. I'm really upset. I'm really sad. Okay. It didn't. Are you kidding? Okay, we're just going to do a new one. I'm just going to put his address in really quick so we can start there. Okay. And then I'll show you this video with Chanley, what was her last name? Chanley Painter. When she was with Court TV, she did like a drive through. So and breaks it down. So it'll be good to go through that because she's a sweetheart. Okay. So 1630 Northeast Valley Road in Pullman. This is Bryan's apartment address. So actually I'll read this to you guys too. Okay. So I'm going to be like reading, I'm just going to read it to you guys and then put in the addresses as we keep, like kind of go. But I did have this all ready for you guys earlier, but I'm going to be, if you guys are like, what page are you reading from? Because, you know, some people are like, they're on it. I'm reading from the second PCA and I'm reading page 18 and 19. The first probable cause affidavit has, I believe, 18 pages. And then the second one is like double that. I have two of them together, so I don't even know exactly how many for sure. But it's a lot. 29, 31. Yeah. So, okay. So further analysis of the cellular data provided showed the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources on November 13th, 2022, consistent with the phone traveling from Pullman, Washington to Lewiston, Idaho via US Highway 195. At approximately 12:36 p.m., the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources that would provide coverage to Kate's Cup of Joe coffee stand located at 810 Port Drive, Clarkston, Washington. So, where did it go? Did I spell that right? Here we go. So he went from, and just want to see, I'll show you guys this big old body of water, but he went from his house to Kate's Cup of Joe, which he was just seen on video there. And he was actually seen, if you see this big white building here, this is the video that he was seen on. And I'll put that address in too. So we'll just put a place. That's fine. And then I'll keep reading. Surveillance footage from the U.S. Chef store located at 820 Port Drive, Clarkston, Washington, and adjacent to Kate's Cup of Joe showed a white Elantra consistent with suspect vehicle 1 drive past Kate's Cup of Joe at a time consistent with the cellular data from the 8548 phone. So it would be this, I think. Yeah, I was wrong. It's over here, I guess. Oh no, it is it's the smaller white building. I'm sorry, not the big white building, the smaller white building. So sorry. And then at approximately 12:46 p.m., so he's like going past these places as like that's what it, you know, is getting him on surveillance. At approximately 12:46 p.m., the 8458 phone then utilized cellular data in the area of the Albertson grocery store at 400 Bridge Street in Clarkston, Washington. Well, they're all showing up, like, 'cause I named them all, like, so that's weird. So then he just goes, oopsie. What's how I'm gonna let me see this actually. So then, okay, so 10 minutes later. So 10 minutes later, that's when he's seen on the Albertsons grocery store at the surveillance footage. It says obtained from Albertsons showed Kohberger exit the white Elantra, consistent with suspect vehicle 1 at approximately 12:49 p.m. Interior surveillance cameras showed Kohberger walk through the store, purchase unknown items at the checkout, and leave at approximately 1:04 p.m. Kohberger's possible path to travel is depicted below. Sorry, I didn't really need to read that part, but how long was he there? Hold on. 15 minutes? Yeah, I guess that's enough time to walk in, grab some cleaning supplies, walk up to the counter and leave. You're not really going through, hey Michael, you're not really going through and browsing in that amount of time. You know what I mean? Like I know what browsing time means. minutes. I know how many minutes you need to browse, and that's just not enough time. Do you know what I mean? Like 15 minutes. I think that you would need to go in, look down the aisles, figure out where it's you're looking for, and grab your items, and then get out. Now you see the Albertsons here, and you see the big old Snake River to go back over to Idaho. Separates Idaho and Washington. It's a big river. I mean, he could have thrown it in at the Greenbelt Trail, which I don't think so because he was over here. He probably came in down this way on this bridge. I'm assuming. So, yeah, I mean, he could have thrown it out the window. And he was off of the cellular network from 5:30 to 8:30. So he could have, went back on the, Greenbelt Trail and parked anywhere along here. I mean, if it was, darker out from at 5:30, it's going to be dark that time, right? November. Is it dark? Yeah, it's getting dark that time. I know for December for sure it is. So yeah, November, I would say the end of November, it's definitely dark after 5:15. If the masks don't fit, you must have quit. Oh my gosh, if someone says that during this trial, I'll die. Thanks, Ladybug. Yeah, I hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Mary Beth. Thanks for being here. You guys are doing a great job for helping me out. Ham, baked mac and cheese, yams, and spinach. Man, that's like a restaurant. Go to Mary Beth's for the restaurant. Go to my house for the hotel. I swear I feel like I'm running a hotel around here. Pet hotel or something. Yeah, they could. I mean, I guess they could ask him to put the balaclava on. I mean, and they did, and we were reading last night through the search warrants, they did take multiple, hats and masks from his house, like black masks. I don't know if they were like medical mask, if it was like a black, material type of mask, but they did take a lot. A lot of dark color clothing from his house, which I mean, men wear dark color clothing. I don't think that's says too much, but yes. There is a girl on if Ozzy's still in here, me and Ozzy infiltrated the Bryan's Girls subreddit. So the first one they had of Bryan's Girls, it was spelled Bryans, like Brian, like how he spells his name. That subreddit got taken down pretty well. No, it was up for a while. It was up for a little while, and they took it down. Well, then one day I don't know how I got so curious. I don't know how I figured it out, but they had a new subreddit that they did, but they put it under Bryan's Girls, but put it with BRI. They thought if they spelled his name wrong, it would take them longer to find the page and take it offline. So I was in there and I didn't know at the time, Ozzy, one of our subscribers, she was in there too. So we're both in there looking at all this stuff. And they kicked me out for a little while. I changed my name and stuff on there on because I really think they went to see if I had a YouTube and stuff to see if I was on any platform, and that's how they found out because my name was TitaniumBuilt on there, So I put it under a different name, and they didn't kick me out the second time. But we were in there forever, and there was only one girl it seemed like that was posting, and she seemed to be very young, very young. Her mindset at least was very young, but yeah, it was. She had hearts around his picture. She had a cell phone case or a stand with his picture on it. I was like, girl, that's crazy. He also, the Snake River does go into the Clearwater River, so he could have put it in there. It looks like this is kind of weird how the Snake River runs. It goes like this, and then it goes this way. That's a weird river. I don't know how that works because, you know, this river is supposed to go one way, but this one goes two ways. Am I seeing that right? See Snake River? Does that happen often? And that might be a dumb question, but to where like you would call this that same river? Although it's like smaller, I don't know. Like they're both called that. I'm curious now. Who goes fishing around here? That'd be a good one for a fisherman. I think he put it in the river, though. I mean, if you ask me. He could have buried it, though. Could have buried it. A lot of people were saying that last night, like in the chat or the other night. I could see that. But the ground would be getting really hard in November. I think the ground would be too hard to bury it. What do you guys think? Yeah, we get a search party. We all get kayaks. Mary Beth, I don't like you no more. She said, I'm just kidding. Mary Beth said, I'm eating more and losing weight. It's weird. Well, you need to go to the doctor and get checked out. Make sure you're okay. Because I've been eating and everything I eat, I gain my weight back. I have to work out every day just to keep a balance, I guess. You wish you had a sniff dog? I have the dog. She just doesn't, I don't know if she would know where to sniff. Like, I have a Weimaraner, and that's what they do. They hunt things. That's what they do. We'll watch Chanley here for a minute. Let's see how long she's on there for. Okay, yeah, we'll watch her for a minute. It has Vinny Politan on the front, but he's just in the beginning. So he was just, yakking it up a little bit. But this is actually from 2 years ago. So this is from a while ago. If you don't know Chanley Painter, she was on like Boots on the Ground on Idaho. They should have promoted her and gave her a better position at Court TV, but instead they let her go. And I think she's with Fox News now, and she looks like she's doing really, really good. So that's all that matters. But she was really cute. Like, she was a really cute reporter. She was really sweet. She did a lot of interviews with like the Goncalves family and just a lot of interviews with the victims' families in general. I think she did the first one with Ben Mogan too.
The knife B.
So this this video before I play it, I should tell you, it's just going to go over what we talked about, like his route, his travels that night, the way that he goes over the Snake River, if that could be a place that he maybe dropped the weapon, and the clothing and the shower curtain, if that's what he used to cover his car. It also does say in the probable cause. And we're going to read this tomorrow in the second PCA. I don't know if you guys have read through the second one or if just you've only seen the first one. But it says right here, the King Road residents, because we were all, remember how everyone was like, how come there wasn't a bunch of biologicals? I'm going to use that word for BLOOD, but biologicals in the house. Like, why wasn't there a lot? And I'm like, there was a lot. There had to have been a lot. Like, whatever, but it says here in the second PCA on page 19, second paragraph, the King Road residence contained a significant amount of blood from the victims, including spatter and cast off. Bloodstain pattern resulting from blood drops released from an object due to its motion, which based on my training makes it likely that this evidence was transferred to Kohberger's person, clothing, or shoes. Based on the location of the suspect vehicle in the 8458 phone immediately following the murders, it is probable that Kohberger went home to his residence, gives the address. At that time, it is likely that he still had blood or other trace evidence on his person's clothes, shoes, including skin cells or hair from the victims or from Goncalves's dog. And then it's like a lot more. So, yeah, we're going to read through that tomorrow because there's a lot of interesting stuff in that. But if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. And I'm going to play this and I'll be in the chat with you guys. And we'll pause it for commentary.
It might all be connected to his Hyundai drive.
Hyundai.
After the murders, where did he go? And tonight, we're going to take a look at that crazy route that he's driving. Like, it's a quick drive from his apartment to the murder scene, to the crime scene. There's a quick drive back. But that's not what he does. That's not what he does afterwards, and that's not what he does after he returns to the scene of the crime. Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter is tracing those steps tonight.
Just hours after police say 4 college students were brutally stabbed inside this home in the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022, the alleged killer returned to the scene. Bryan Kohberger's cell phone allegedly shows him here at 9:12 a.m. and staying for about 10 minutes. But that isn't the only location.
Wonder what he was doing. Like, I mean, really, what were you doing? Were you parked behind there? Did you just drive by, like, and you were in the neighborhood? Obviously, I'm going to say that he didn't go back towards Linda Lane because they would have got him on surveillance again, and we would have all saw it because that Linda Lane footage was released. So, unless there's more from the day, morning of.
Police placed Kohberger that day in the hours after the murders. According to the probable cause affidavit, Bryan Kohberger's cell phone records show him moving south from Pullman, Washington, where he lived in an on-campus apartment at Washington State University, towards Lewiston, Idaho, about a 50-minute drive. The town of Lewiston is located on the border of Washington State, where just across the Snake River is the bordering town of Clarkston, Washington. It was here at approximately 12:36 p.m. November 13th, 2022, when cell phone records placed Kohberger's vehicle here on Port Drive next to Kate's Cup of Joe coffee stand. The surveillance videos here at the U.S. Chef store show his white Hyundai Elantra drive past. Then, just 10 minutes later, at 12:46 p.m., Kohberger's cell phone records place him at the nearby Albertsons grocery store. Surveillance video at 12:49 p.m. shows Kohberger walking through the store and purchasing unknown items at the checkout. He leaves at approximately 1:04 p.m. The probable cause affidavit does not indicate location data for the next few hours of the day. It isn't until around 5:30 p.m. that the affidavit indicates Kohberger's cell phone located in Johnson, Idaho. But there is no Johnson, Idaho. The affidavit may have meant this community of Johnson, Washington, right on the border of Idaho State. It's a location consistent with the affidavit's route, and it's surrounded by cell phone towers. For 3 minutes from 5:32 to 5:36 p.m. November 13, 2022, Kohberger's cell phone pings here near the community of Johnson. But then his cell phone goes dark for 3 hours. The affidavit notes that this location in Johnson is consistent with the phone being in the same area that it traveled in the hours immediately following the murders. And according to the affidavit, from 5:36 p.m. when it was in Johnson until 8:30 p.m. November 13th, Kohberger's phone stopped reporting to the network, meaning he turned it off, put it in airplane mode, or the phone was in an area without cell coverage. While the probable cause affidavit does provide new revelations,
I'm going to say he turned it off. What are your guys' guesses? He turned it off? I mean, if you're saying that he turned it off the first time, right? Okay, let's just think this through. Well, I mean, it would depend on how much the phone was charged, but I don't think that it would have went dead. I don't think that. I think that if he was in the car, he would have had his phone charger. He could have easily charged his phone. Most people, if you have a car and you have a cell phone, you have a car charger. You kind of do. Maybe there are people out there that don't have them, but for the most part, people have cell phone chargers in their car.
Into the movements of the alleged killer in the hours after the murders, there are still many questions that remain. Why did he drive so far to the grocery store? What did he buy there? Did he get rid of that murder weapon and other incriminating evidence along the way, or during that 3-hour period his phone went dark? For now, we wait, and answers may only come during his trial. Reporting in Moscow, Idaho, Chanley Painter, Court TV.
That is eye-opening.
We'll see what he says.
Absolutely eye-opening when you talk about what it looks like
Well,
out
goes
there
back
and the
on.
places he went. Middle of nowhere, folks. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter, who was in the middle of nowhere today, but tonight she's joining us from Washington State University campus, where the defendant used to work and study. Chanley, great to see you. Wow. Tell us a little bit more about the
How
places
adorable
that
is
he
she?
visited. I mean, that is so revealing. The video actually getting to see what these roads and towns look like. There's nobody there.
Exactly. So I'm really pleased that we were able to bring this to our viewers because this is about a 15-minute drive. We're here in Pullman, Washington. I'm not far from his apartment here on Washington State University campus. And you would head directly south, again, for almost an hour. We're virtually nothing. You're surrounded by just fields, farmland. You can see, though, there's a lot of cell phone towers between here and Lewiston-Clarkston area, which makes me believe that a phone would not be without cell phone service in any of the areas. I did not experience that in any of the places, as rural as we were, trying to retrace the movements of Bryan Kohberger based on his cell phone on November 13th, 2022, as well as, today. So here's some video. I mean, this is what it looks like. This is video of the Snake River where it intersects with Clearwater River. This is really on the border of Washington State and Idaho, where Lewiston and Clarkston are, that we showed you in the package. And,
Let me check.
Speaking to so many locals as we made this trek yesterday and today, this is a river that moves swiftly, Vinny. It's a fast-moving river. There's a lot of fishing boats out on the river. Is this a possible spot where items could have been discarded along this journey and this trip? And where his phone last pinged in Johnson, Washington area, which we had to do some Court TV investigation to find this area of Johnson, Vinny. The affidavit says Johnson, Idaho. There is not a Johnson, Idaho. We believe, based on our investigation, based on what this affidavit says, Johnson, Washington, it's a community, it's a neighborhood, it's an old farming community, neighborhood, as they call it, where there are so many cell phone towers. So he could have actually either been in Johnson, here's a map depicting this route that we took, or he could have been close by. He could have been on the main 195 highway and still pinged on the tower serving the Johnson, Washington area, or even anywhere around that area because there are so many towers. So it was just interesting to see the remoteness of the drive from here in Pullman, Washington, south to Lewiston and Clarkston, the next major town. There's the only sign in the state of Washington to Johnson right there that we just showed. We scoured the area. There is, if you put in Google Maps, just to mention, in Idaho, Johnson, Idaho, Google Maps will take you about 2.5 hours from here towards the Nez Perce National Forest. That is not a town. It is a road called Johnson Road. It could have been an old kind of community or what they call a gray farming grange here in this part of the U.S. But that location, but it just does not fit with the facts of the affidavit saying that this particular location in Johnson would have been consistent with the route he took immediately after the murders, hours before, allegedly.
That's amazing that you picked up on a mistake in the affidavit. And it's understandable because, Washington, Idaho, right next to each other, traveling back and forth. It's a little sloppy. I'll give you that. Absolutely sloppy. But what you're saying makes a lot more sense than being 2.5 hours away on some road, because that makes no sense. And this is much more consistent. It seemed like there was a lot of flat land that you were driving over. Is that consistent with what you experienced today, or is it rolling hills? It doesn't seem to be any sort of dense wooded areas, though.
No dense wooded areas. That was the 2.5 hours away, which we did drive that yesterday.
Well, if he got on the Amazon and was just wanting to purchase a knife sheath after the murders, that will tell us if he kept the murder weapon, right? I mean, if you're just ordering a knife sheath compared to like the knife and the sheath. Something to think about, though. Because maybe he didn't want to get rid of it. Maybe he wanted to keep it. He wouldn't be the first unaliver killer that did that. I mean, really, he wouldn't be the first. Who was it? Israel Keys. He had actual spots around that like were like for his murder kits. Like he would have all the stuff that he would need to commit the job, get the job done that he wanted to get done, and he had them buried like throughout. So it's very it's heard of in a lot of cases or they'll dump bodies, let's say. Was it the Green River killer that used to go back to him to hit the bodies? Like every time he would go back. That's how they ended up catching him, because he went back. But I think even Ted Bundy did that. No, they can, Kathy. The knife and the sheath can be. I looked it up. You can get it on Amazon. You can get a K-bar knife sheath on Amazon. Just the sheath. Yeah.
That was hilly. But this route that is alleged in this affidavit is rolling hills, farmland, not a lot of trees, remoteness. There are creeks, small rivers that possibly things could be disposed of, but there are a lot of also gravel roads. So when we're going to Johnson Community in Washington on the border there, you have to take a couple gravel roads, Benny, to actually reach that community. And this is what it looks like. Well, this is from today. We took this on our drive to the community of Johnson, but this is what it looks like. Not a lot of trees. And remember, when he was making this around 5:30 at night, it would have been dark at the time that he was pinging from these multiple cell phone towers in that area.
Yes, and I mean, super dark, no street lights.
I'm looking it up right now. It's right here,
It makes
guys.
no sense. I'm trying to think of
I'm looking at it right now. It's 7-inch K-bar Army knife sheath. K-bar US MC insignia. I just don't want to show my address. Let me see if I can look it up without it like putting my address on there. And then here's another one. This one's a 7-inch blade. Let me see. Okay. It's $18.98, and it does fit the 7-inch blade. So, yeah, you can get them on Amazon. I looked it up like a couple nights ago, like to see if you could. After we found out that he was buying stuff on Amazon for sure.
a reason to go down there. I mean,
but if he used let's say an 8 or a 9-inch, I think it's 7-inch and then a 9-inch. But if he used like a 9-inch K-bar, then no, that wouldn't fit because that's a 7-inch sheath. You know what I mean? So they don't have every size on there by any means, but they do have some.
Albertsons is great. Love Albertsons, but I'm sure there's a place a little bit closer that you could go to.
Yes,
you don't need to go to that one.
Nancy was wrong.
Let's talk about.
That's why you got to watch Nancy with me. It was actually Joseph Scott Morgan that said that. He said it, and I had to correct him. So, and Joseph Scott's my boy. I love me some Joseph Scott. But if I watch Nancy, sometimes she gets things wrong, and I will be the first to mute and correct her. Every time. I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I feel like this case, I know a lot about this case. And if it has to do with Nancy, then I definitely know. Nancy's my girl. But she gets it wrong
University of
Me too.
Idaho. Students coming back to campus, and students coming back to campus probably at Washington State also.
Absolutely. Today was the first day back for Washington State University, where I'm standing, but the University of Idaho, about 20 minutes from here, across the border. Their first day is Wednesday, but Vinny, I can already tell, I was there earlier today, such a difference, a stark difference from the end of last semester when we were here reporting on this case to just this week, in the days leading up to the semester beginning there at University of Idaho, a lot more students and presence of people and vehicles in the area, even near the crime scene. And you can just tell that from all those I've talked to, there's this sense of relief. Let's take a listen to someone I caught up with today.
I think with the arrest, a lot more people feel a bit safer to come back. But I still think there's a little bit of fear going around just because we haven't seen anything like this for about 7 years. And so it's just a bit shocking to this community.
That kid looks no older than 15, 16. Oh my gosh. He must be a freshman.
And then here on the campus of Washington State University, today was the first day back. It was so busy. In fact, there were tons of students in this meeting area until just earlier, just a little while ago. But
yeah, because ain't nobody over there care about Bryan Kohberger.
We've heard everything from students being glad now that there's this arrest. They're thankful. They're feeling okay. From even a student telling me he was angry that the police said, oh, there's no threat. There's no threat. And then turns out the person was here, someone that went to school with them and lived so close. But actually, remember, Bryan Kohberger, he went to school here. He was in his first semester as a graduate student working on his PhD in criminology, criminal justice, the building that's right behind me to my right. And he also, as a part of that program, Vinny, was a teaching assistant and helped teach, get this, a criminal law class last semester. And I met one of his students today. Let's watch.
He was my TA last semester, and he basically just graded our papers and was there if we needed extra help outside of class. He wasn't always there. He would come in, be there for 10 minutes, leave, not say much. So he didn't really do that much, but you could tell there was some off about him. Very quiet, calculated about what he says. I knew it was an M. And you can kind of see that in the videos of him.
So that's Scott, his student, Vinny. This
Hold
was
on
a criminal
second.
law class.
Why didn't I register it in my brain? Ashley Higgins, 25 freaking months. Good golly. That's a long time. You beat Princess Elsa by 1 month. Wasn't that Princess last night? Was that you, Princess, that did your one of you guys did your milestone? I think it was Princess. I'm like questioning myself now. Wow. Thank you for being a member for so long. You've been with me since the beginning. Oh my good golly. You are an OG. Wow. I gotta get you guys another arm. I already got yelled at last night. I forgot to tell Vincent today. I think I'm gonna do double arms for you guys or something for like the 2-year mark. And then we'll figure something else out for like a year and a half or something.
So here we have Bryan Kohberger teaching college students criminal law, procedure, process, unfolding. And guess who's living that out right now? Bryan Kohberger. The student goes on to tell me that not only was he very quiet, but that he was a tough grader in class, but he was just not that talkative. And he told me that the Kohberger that we're seeing in court, walk in, that's kind of stoic, is the exact same demeanor that he exhibited in class, Benny.
No change. And the students are great. I mean, that's scary, right? This was his TA. This was a guy who was still out there and about. And you don't know if he's accused of committing 4 murders. What would stop him from 5, 6, 7, 8? He's in custody now, though. All right, Chanley, stay where you are. We have more with Chanley Painter. We're going to zero in on some of the areas where the murder weapon maybe could be, because there's a lot of time spent there off the radar. We'll zero in on that. Plus, coming up next hour.
What's that?
And what about his parents?
This is an unprecedented situation that we're dealing with.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was something else. Oh, left for dead murder trial. Okay.
What's next?
We'll have the lead.
I wanted to see her more. I think she's still on. I think she comes back on. So
During the trial, take a look here. This is the cell phone movements before and after the murders. 2:42 a.m. The defendant's phone pings at 1630 Northeast Valley Road, apartment G201, Pullman, Washington. 2:47 for about 5 minutes. His phone data is consistent with him leaving his apartment, traveling through Pullman, Washington. 4:48 a.m. This is afterwards now. His phone does not report to the network again until approximately 4:48, locating the phone in Idaho State Highway 95 south of Moscow near Blaine, Idaho. 5:30, the phone is consistent traveling back to his apartment. So with this, you can take a look. If you connect the dots, right? And you've got this strange loop going south from Moscow down and then back up to Pullman. A drive, if you go straight, like 12 minutes. Let's bring back in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter. Let's talk about later that morning now, Chanley. I started the whole segment tonight talking about a criminal returning to the crime, the scene of the crime, which is what they allege here. What did he do that morning and later that day?
Interesting, the next morning, without turning his cell phone off, taking it with him in the white Hyundai Elantra, he makes the most direct path from his apartment here in Pullman to Moscow, where the crime scene is. According to this affidavit, at 9:12 a.m., he's in Moscow, Idaho, at the crime scene, stays about 10 minutes, and then returns back on that direct route to Pullman. He's home by 9:32, I believe is what the affidavit says. So then, later that afternoon, he makes his way south. 12:36, he is now south, about 50 minutes away in Clarkston, Washington, through Lewiston at Kate's Cup of Joe. He doesn't get a cup of coffee there. He doesn't stop in and get a cup of coffee. He's driving past this. His phone pings there, and the neighbor across the parking lot, that U.S. Chef's store, catches his white Hyundai Elantra driving past on their surveillance video at 12:46 p.m. And then at 12:46 p.m., just down the road, couple blocks away, he's at Albertson's grocery store. It's all right there together, Vinny. He's going in the store. He's seen all surveillance video. I've been in this store. There are security cameras all over this store. They can see what he's buying. They don't say anything.
I wonder if it's going to show, I didn't realize I was muted, on his maps, like if he put it on in his phone, like how to get to Albertsons from like where he was located. Like, I wonder if it's going to show that. And in the second PCA, it does talk about cast, just like they used in Alec Murdaugh's trial. So we may be seeing some really good cast information.
In the affidavit, but they can see what he's
although
buying.
His car's an older car.
There's security cameras above the checkout counters, so they know what he bought there. They just aren't telling us, Vinny. And his Hyundai Elantra is seen there as well. He leaves Albertsons about 1:04 p.m. Then there are several hours where the affidavit doesn't say where he is. They probably know where he is, but they aren't saying. So at 5:32 and 5:36, for 3 minutes, he is in Johnson. Now, not Johnson, Idaho, like the affidavit says. My Court TV investigation shows that this is the likely area, Johnson, Washington. It's a community there. His phone goes dark. It last pings in this area, and it goes dark for 3 hours, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And this area of Johnson, maybe 20 minutes from his home. You go north, there's a couple of ways you can get back on the main highway and go into Pullman, or there's a back way on Johnson Road that also brings you in here to Pullman, Vinny.
So is there any overlap? Is it the same route that they allege right after the murders? Because I'm looking at it and we had a loop and I see kind of like half a loop there. What can you tell us?
Yeah, there is, Vinny, and the affidavit points this out, that where his phone is pinging there at Johnson is consistent with the same route he took hours before, allegedly immediately after the murders. Here's the maps put together, and you can see where they coincide with each other. So he's returning to a lot of the similar areas that his phone pinged in the immediate hours after the murder. I've spoken, again, with my investigation, to a lot of locals there, especially around the Johnson area. And there is a well-known back road that gets you from Moscow to Pullman. It is called Thorn Creek Road. It's the white line you see kind of cutting in between Highway 95 and 195, and one's Idaho, one's Washington. It crosses state lines there. It is a back road, less people, no cameras, but it's paved. It is well known here because used to, back in the day, Vinny, Moscow had a drinking age of 19, so people would come to Moscow over state lines, drink, and they didn't want to take that direct route back over the state lines.
Smart.
So they would go this kind of a horseshoe shape, the back roads, and then come up from Pullman from the back way to avoid onlookers. And so that
the police, that's what they were trying to get rid of. They didn't want no cops seeing them. Wow, the drinking age used to be 19. Wow,
Is what it looks like here.
that's
And
like Canada.
be a likely spot, and he probably maybe knew this route. It's well known by locals here.
Wow. And Chanley, again, you showed us the video from the area. There are a few bodies of water, some rivers, but a lot of flat farmland there as well. But as we know, driving in the dark. Chanley Painter, great work. I know we're going to speak next hour. Right now, let's bring in our investigators. Joining me in Chicago, Illinois, private investigator, publisher of Victims News Online, Erica Morse is with us. And in Los Angeles, California, retired FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon. Great to see you both tonight. Erica, what are your thoughts about this crazy drive that's alleged after the murders? And then the following, it's sort of the following morning, right? He returns to the scene of the crime and then seems to go down south again to this area, stopping at Albertsons and driving past the coffee shop.
Well, the whole thing's just crazy, and we're learning, more and more every day. I kind of reference it to what you would call an old bootlegger's road. It's just the easy way back and forth, and it is the road less traveled. So, of course, that's the way he's going to try to move. In terms of going back to the scene of the crime the next day, the one thing that I get stuck on, this was a massive situation. And at one point, he was going to check the news. No coverage, no anything, no mention of this. If he had a conscience at all, I would expect he was starting to get nervous. Then he goes back and checks, no activity. By then, I might make a couple stops and consider heading out of town.
Bobby Chacon, one of my thoughts here is that we don't have a murder weapon, and there's opportunity, it seems, in this route, lots of places. Do you think there's any chance, if the killer ditched the knife somewhere along this horseshoe-shaped route between Moscow and Pullman, is there any chance of finding it?
Well, sure, there's a chance. I mean, it's a large area and it's a difficult way to search. For 19 years, I ran the FBI's underwater search and recovery team. So when I peeked up when Chanley was talking about those rivers, because my team would be in the water searching, those bodies of water. That's typically what we did.
The Snake River is very big. That would be a massive undertaking to try to find a K-bar in the Snake River. I'm going to say there's like a 0.1% chance of finding that.
It's also possible that, that a hunter comes across it or somebody walking their dog comes across it. So I think people along these routes should be, on the lookout, because we can enlist the community's help in this kind of thing. So, it's a long area. It would be tough to even know where to start to search if you were actually going to do a search without anything to go on. But it's possible that somebody else finds it, somebody out in the community, if their heads up, finds it. Or if they have, we used to do hunch searches, what we call hunch searches, where I drop my team under a bridge, just as a hunch that it might be there without any other information indicating it was there. So yeah, it's possible if he didn't do a good job, or even if he, a lot of criminals think that just because they throw something in the water, it's gone forever. And that's, my team proved that wrong over and over again.
Could be pretty heavy, like to where it doesn't, to where it like kind of sinks, but you think it would sink and then all of the stuff would go over top of it and like bury it almost.
Yeah, it is possible.
So, Bob, we just have a couple seconds here, though. I'm just trying to picture this. So you said you dropped your team under a bridge. So how many people would go in there, and how visible are there machines to try to figure out, or is it just what you're looking at?
No, it's zero visibility. We use metal detectors, handheld metal detectors. We put a grid under the bridge. We know how far approximately out a person could possibly throw it. We'd set up a grid and we'd systematically cover the grid, and then we would expand the grid if we don't find it. We use metal detectors because it'd be pitch black, but we would always find what we were looking for using that method, and we would search, large areas and just keep expanding the search area until we, found it or ruled it out too far to throw off the bridge.
Okay. I hate that I can't come over here and look up stuff right now because it's like Twitter's crazy. Like it really is. It's not this case. It's just for once. I mean, for once, it's not this case. It's actually Sebastian Rogers' case. I can't get it off my timeline. Wow. Okay, so an hour ago, and over an hour, or about an hour and 15 minutes ago, about an hour, I would say, I told you guys that they had a new. Actually, we're gonna go over to my. We're gonna go over to my TikTok. Oh my gosh. Y'all better start following me over on Twitter because I actually had the news out about that new prosecutor for Idaho before actually JLR did. And you know, he is on top of things. On top of things over there. That dude is like the news channel right now. He is like the 24-hour, 24/7 news channel. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's been posting like everything. You know, whether it's weather, sports, true crime. I don't know. I mean, you know, yeah, I'm proud of myself. Proud of myself for knowing that. I'm proud of myself for that. Because, you know, I mean, he really be doing the news the most, though. And hello, Betsy. Really, PKC? Huh. I didn't know that. I don't think I did. I know that we did last time when we did the travels, we actually did like the Google Earth and I like scooted us like everywhere that we went. Like it was like a really detailed live. And I remember I remember a park or something being near there. But I don't know if it was that one or not, but I think I would wah 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 wee. I don't know how to say it, but I always say it like that. Like because I think that that's where Kohberger is going to say that he was stargazing at that night. For some reason, I have a feeling that's the place that he's going to say that he was stargazing. So. Yeah, he would know those techniques with his background. But I don't know if he would. I mean, I guess if you're sitting down and you're thinking about it and you're writing it out. I went to school for the same thing he did. I'm just like, I guess my brain can't compute. But I mean, if you sat down, I guess, and you just like Rex Heuermann, I mean, he had a list of things to do and not to do, you know, from previous killings. He like, don't do this, you know, because that can get you in trouble. He probably should have wrote down eat the pizza crust, but he didn't. He didn't eat the pizza crust. That's why he's in jail right now. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Nikki. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, so we have a new prosecutor, Willows. We just have a new one. His name is Josh Hewitt. Okay, this is the picture I saw today. I don't know who this is, but oh wait, the Idaho Statesman, you have to pay for that, don't you? Yeah, I did. I used to pay for it. I'm not doing it no more. But I'll show you the picture. I got it off of what site did I have it off of? Oh, I got it off of Wikipedia because I knew his name. But this is him right here to the right. The younger guy. I was like, you know what I mean? When I saw these two gentlemen, I was like, you know, we just, you know. So we have a new prosecutor. So this is going to be the guy that's going to be standing next to Bill Thompson. I guess she got a new one. And so they said, well, we're going to get another one then. I don't know. but that's what it sounds like to me. Like, you know, Ann Taylor gets another defense attorney and then prosecution's like, well, we got to keep it even over here. So we're going to get us another one, you know. But they actually are up one because they have Jay Logston in the background, which he should be in the background always. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Ashley. Yeah, we were reading up about him on Wiki. No, actually, I didn't end up doing a live, but we need to talk about Rex Heuermann because he's just a freaking joke in himself too. Now that's a big man. That's a scary man. Oh yeah, I did see that, Ashley. Yeah, they got a female. Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be nice. They're gonna have some people. But this guy here, he already has written documents like to Bryan Christopher Kohberger and counsel. Like I was like, oh wow, he's like, give me the discovery. I'm like, oh gosh, he's a little upsetting. He's a little upset. He is a creepy guy. Rex Heuermann. I just showed you Michael earlier. I exit out of it, but yeah, go to Amazon.com, go K-bar knife sheath. It'll come up. There's a few different ones, but I know that the one that I pulled up with the USMC logo stamp on it, it was $18.95 or something like that. We all saw it. I pulled it up, and then it was for a 7-inch K-bar knife. We don't know what size he used. He could have used an 8-inch or 9-inch, and then if he used a 9-inch, maybe he wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't be able to get that sheath, you know. No, Mary Beth, you're not. I don't think the Innocence program is on this at all. It's the Innocent Project. No, they're not going to touch this case. They're not going to touch this case until if there was a trial and he was already in jail. They don't, you know what I mean? Usually that's when the Innocent Project comes in. Yeah. Okay. This one. Okay. So when you put in K-bar knife sheath, it's in Amazon. There's a couple of them. There's this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here with this one has the knife in it, but it's just the knife sheath. But they say 7-inch, so these are all 7-inch. And then this is the knife with the sheath. But yeah, right up here, you can just get the sheath. It's $18.98. It's 2-day delivery. And it's a 7-inch brown USMC on there K-bar. Am I seeing something wrong or? Oh, Hollywood tours. That'd be fun. I've seen the buses for those when we go to California, but I've never been on one. I don't know if Vincent would like to take me on one. He probably would. He probably wouldn't like it, but he would. He would take me on one. It's K-bar. This one's the K-bar brand right here. This first one and the third one is. Let me double check, but it says K-bar. Yeah, K-bar. That's the same one right there. That is the same sheath. But there's only 12 left in stock. Order soon. I have 19 items in my cart. You want to order some stuff for me too? I'm just kidding. I don't even know what's in my cart. Don't even want to know. I just put stuff in my cart if I look at it. Like if I look at it and I like it, I put it in my cart just in case. And then Vincent sees my cart and he thinks I'm like a psychopath or something. And I'm like, no, I just won't remember it. And he's like, well, if you don't remember it, then it's not that important, right? I guess not. But I didn't see really anything over here on X about Bryan Kohberger. Nope. Not seeing anything. Just seeing a lot of spam. But if you guys don't have any questions for me, that's all I have for you for tonight. Hey, Morgan. Do you drive to Hollywood? Oh my gosh. And the Hollywood tour bus drove by. You wanted to bring your PJs. That's pretty funny. I could see me doing something like that. No, it's funny. That's funny. I could see me doing some shit like that. Like I've been trying to I want to go to the what is that place? Cecil Hotel or Motel. I want to go so bad, but it's so close, like right beside what's that place called that Betty thinks she's from? Skid Row. It's right beside Skid Row. So like Vincent's mom doesn't, of course, want us to go near Skid Row. And that's actually where the fashion industry is. So like right downtown there. And so I still have not went to the fashion industry. I have been to California 4 or 5 times now, and I have not been to the fashion industry, like market, like, and that's where you go if you are like a boutique holder, like a boutique owner. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to go next time. I think they are going to be doing something with the mansion. It's kind of sad in a way. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the mansion now. Now that I know the stuff that we know, you know what I mean? I always thought it was like, I don't know. I didn't ever want to be there because like I didn't want to like, ever. I didn't have a thing for that part of the Playboy Mansion. But when they had like the Girls Next Door, like that show came on, they made it seem like it was just like the funnest place to be. Just fun. And it was just not fun. Hey, Southernish, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I got your message right before my live. I was like, oh no. But I wanted to tell you that. And welcome in. It's good to see ya. Are you having bad weather? Is anyone else having bad weather? It's bad here. I mean, I can hear it. Well, I can't hear it anymore, so I think it's okay. I think it's just raining. Yeah, it's just raining here. Aries said he would keep me updated if there's any tornadoes, so if he better come in here and find me. EB, is it? See, now you're making me nervous. Is it scary down there? I've always seen like good things about it, but not like great things, but I've always seen good things because I know that the place I used to work for, they would always go there to buy stuff for their boutiques. Oh, many tornadoes and flooding. Oh my gosh. You're 3 miles from Hollywood? I seen the Hollywood sign. I walked up that where they have all the telescopes, the observatory. Is that what it's called? Observatory? Vincent got me to walk up that. From the bottom, all the way from the bottom. He parked. He was the first car. He was the furthest away. I said, are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to? It was probably, that's why I wanted to go. Cause like, the name Lisa Lamb and plus other things too, just like, paranormal things. Like they always say like spooky stuff's there. But yeah, he got me to walk up that, to observatory, and he parked all the way down. I didn't have a walk-in stick or nothing. If you guys know about that place, if you walk on the right side like you're supposed to, on the other side of the cars like you're supposed to, there's like a cliff that just like goes like this. It gives you like this much walk space, and it's gravel, and then it's like I made it up there. I got pictures. I have to post them. I am sweating. I'm like such a sweaty mess. I had like a pin in my hair because I couldn't find a hair tie. I was like, forget it. It's a huge drop off. I said, are you trying to kill me? I'm blind on the right side. So when I'm walking, I can't see that, So I was like walking on the road. I was like, I don't care. I am walking on the road. I was like, if someone runs me over with a car, I will probably be in better shape than if I fall down this hill. But it was fun. I'm glad that, we were able to like go, like we are able to go to places like that and have fun and stuff. And, yeah, stay on Main. Yeah, well, I think it's like half and half, isn't it? Like half Cecil, half stay on Main. But the Cecil part is it's like the rundown part. I don't know. But the Night Stalker, yes, he lived there. There's a few people that actually were famous that lived there. And I'm into spooky stuff sometimes, every once in a while, not very often. But if I had Vincent with me, I'd be okay. I'd probably have to hold him. Yeah, wasn't it 2 serial killers lived there? I thought so. I thought someone else lived there too. Yeah, I was really into the Lisa Lamb story because she was actually, they come to find out she was going off of her medication, and the medication she was going off of, like she would take it one time and then she wouldn't take it for like a week. It's the same medication I'm on. And I was like, she scared the crap out of me. I was like, don't ever forget to not take that, which mine's a sleep aid. So, I mean, hell yeah, I'm taking that sleep aid. Oh yeah, everyone here in Cali is dangerous now. Is that where you're from? Is everyone from California in the chat tonight, except for me? Vince's family is from Hacienda Heights. Very beautiful little area. He won't care that I said it. But it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty where he lives, where he's from. And hopefully we can go back there soon. Because it's been like, we didn't go last year. So it'll be 2 years in September. I can't do that. Oh, you got to go Southernish. You got to go to California. You will not take a bad picture. The lighting is beautiful there. The sun, the way it just shines, and it's not humid, it's dry. So you could stand out there. It's like 100 degrees and you're like, I'm cool. 100 degrees in Ohio, you're sweating, you're a mess, you look gross, you feel gross, you're itchy. Yeah. And Morgan, I didn't know that you were from Ohio. Look at that. You'd go to Cecil? We should do a field trip. See if we got several people to go. That could work. Then it wouldn't be so scary. You've only been to Disneyland? I've been to Disney World. Yeah, Disneyland's in California. My mom's been to Disneyland. And hello. We should take a little trip. Like, I mean, I got pictures for days. Like, I'm like, I don't even need you to put a little filter on me or nothing, Vincent. Just take the pictures because like the lighting there is just so awesome. And it's beautiful. And the flowers and the plants, like it's so you think it's dry, like you're gonna see it's dry. It's dry as dry could be. I mean, it's really dry. I'm from Ohio where it's green everywhere, but the plants that they have, like the succulents and like those, like the plants that they do have, they're so pretty. They're just so colorful compared to like some of the flowers we have here. I don't know. It's a lot of greenery here. They have a lot more color, I feel like there. Safety in numbers, there always is, yes. You walk with your dogs, Michael? That's a good idea. Oh, we went to the haunted ship, but we didn't go on it. The Mary something like that. I know which one you're talking about. That's where I think we went to do our lockets there. Queen Mary. Yeah. We went there because there was I think that's where we did our lockets, like a love locket. Because yeah, we like that. We're like that. I made them do one. I want to visit that ship too. I heard that little place is a little haunted ship too. Yeah. I think that would be fun to be like on a big ship like that. Because it's just right in the water right there. It's not like it's like way far out in the ocean or anything. You know what I mean? Like you're cool. I could do that. See, I could do that one. I couldn't get on a big boat like out in the ocean. Like that would take me out in the ocean nowadays. That crap scares me. After that Titan imploded, I hate the ocean. I really do. Oh my gosh. It was by the reporter, David. Oh my gosh. I hate humidity too, Patrick. It's the worst. It is the worst. I have a quick question for the ladies in the chat. And the men, you might be able to actually answer this one yourself. I don't know. But before I get up here, I'm going to ask you ladies this. I got extensions put in my hair, right? And she told me that I couldn't get my hair wet in the pool, like in the chlorine, right? Or the salt water. So no fun for me, no dunking my head under the water. Why not if this is real hair? Any hairdressers in the group? Southernish, are you a hairdresser? I can't remember. I know you do something fun like that. Like something like, because I'm thinking maybe they put something on the hair. Oh, it's the application. Okay. Thanks, Southernish. It's attached by like these little metal things. It's real hair. Yeah. That's why I was wondering. Because I was just like, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna do a swim cap. If I could fit all this up into one, like, I mean, it's like I only have 2 of those like wefts or whatever they're called put in. I only have 2 wefts put in. And I got like all of this. Like, this is a lot of hair up there. It's a lot. Yeah, Summer was a hairdresser, but I think that Southern Ish is one too. Because I thought about texting Summer. I don't care. I would text her and ask her because this is my hair. You know what I mean? And I know no matter what she thought about me, she would give me the right advice because it's your hair. You know, no glue, only weaving. Yeah, yeah. She just put like these metal things in, and then she sewed them into the metal. I don't know how she did it. And then I have to go back. Oh, you do your own extensions? See, I'm gonna have to learn how to do it. She's a nurse. I knew you had a like I said a fun job, but that is a fun job to me being a nurse because I love nurses. I love that you're a nurse. I forgot you were a nurse, but I love that. I knew it was something like that, like fun, like either like doing someone's hair or just making them feel good. I knew you did something to make people feel good. I used to love my nurses when I was in the hospital, how the wefts are made. So they came in like done, like they were like it looked like, you know, when you get like extensions and they have the clips, like the clip-in extensions, it looks like that without the clips. And then she just like matched them up to my hair and they were able to match them up to where I didn't have to dye my hair, which was really crazy. She had to keep going darker on the things of hair. I was like almost to black. I was like, how dark is my hair? She's like, you have dark hair. And I was like, I guess I don't realize how dark it is because I look at it all the time, but I guess it's like pretty dark. And I think I'm going to do a video on them. They beaded them, I think. Yeah. Because she told me no chlorine at all. Thank you, Tony. Look at Tony getting on Google. It might discolor them. I was thinking because like maybe they spray these with something, like even though they're real hair, they maybe put like something on them because like they don't anymore. When I first got when I first got them put in, the first couple of days, they kind of smelled a little weird. I was like, whose hair is this? But now they don't. Now they smell like me. But they beaded them in, yeah. Well, thanks, Classic One. You could if you go back to my videos because my hair was cut. I remember my hair was really long and then I had to get it cut short because like some lady messed it up. Yeah, then I turned 39 and it just started getting thinner. And I'm telling y'all, if you feel like you would feel better if you had more hair, do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Call around, call different schools, call different places and see maybe you can, because you can find it for cheaper than you think. I feel like you can. Because the first place I went to was $1,500 and I was like, oh, I ain't getting these done. And then we got it done for like half the price. So it was pretty good. But now that I know what I know, I'm going to do a video on it and I'm going to teach you guys all that you would need to know when you go in and what they're going to do and how much they're going to charge you and how much you should actually get. Because the first place I went, they wanted to start doing wefts like up here and my hair is just too thin, like to be putting them all the way up here. We had to start down like here. We only put 2 in. I think I bought like 5. So it's like, don't buy too many. Don't buy not enough because then you have to wait. You know, that wouldn't be good. But you know, I still have hair I guess use. I'd be like, just take it home with me. I don't know. I know, Doodlebug. I'm hoping I'm not going to be going through that soon. Oh, see, you have to do a video for me, Southernish, to show me how you put them in. Because I love them now. I don't ever want to go without them. But I would take them out for summer, like summer, you know what I mean? So I can swim in the pool. If I was rich like that, if I had money like going on like that, I would take these out and I would, you know, I would just put them back in at the end of the summer. But I just got these in like not even a month ago. So we ain't doing any of that. They're staying in forever. Well, until I can, you know, I have to get them redone. Yeah, the Halo extensions. My mom had, Ringo, you donated your hair a few months back. That's so awesome. That's really awesome. That really helps somebody, whether it's a boy or a girl. But coming from a girl, I'm telling you, if you're giving a little girl her hair back, yeah, you're doing something for that little girl. like something that nobody can do. You know what I mean? And wigs, like fake hair is nothing like real hair. Do you know what I mean? Like you can do everything with this. Like I can curl it and do all the fun stuff, but I just put a lot of product on it, make sure I don't burn it. But thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate you guys. Mary Beth, you think that your hair's thin too? Mine is getting thinner. I know it is. I just know it is. And I know my mom had thinner hair when she got older, like a little bit on the thinner side. She would wear like little hair pieces and stuff. Like she'd pull her hair up a lot. And like those claw clips. And she would wear like this little hair. I don't know. She did her hair. So Triple L, the extensions are good for like, I think 6 months or longer. Just depending on like how good you take care of them. And like I've been trying not to wash them a lot. I've been doing good at that. Now I understand when girls say they have to wash their hair, it's like a whole thing. Okay, now I understand. I could tell by your beard that you have some thick hair. You were growing it out for 2 years, Ringo said. Oh, you're trying to find a stylist that will cut it and donate it to the wow. I bet you'd be able to find one. Someone's got to give you like the cut of a lifetime though. Like you have to do like a before and after transformation, you know? I bet you it'd be like a transformation. That's how guys are. Y'all have like big old beards or something, you know, long hair. That's probably what you look like. You have the beard and the long hair. And then all of a sudden you just cut it all off. And it's like, who is that under there? I know when my dad first, when he first ever cut his beard and his mustache off, I about died. I was like, my dad's a lot smaller than I thought. The silver, but the silver's good though. See, that you guys, my mom used to say that men with age, they just get better looking and women don't. She's like, even male birds are the prettier ones, like the brighter colors, because the women have to blend in with like everything. And I'm like, touche, mom. Yeah. St. Jude children. Yeah. That's really awesome. I bet with that much hair, if you grow it out for 2 years, you probably have a lot of hair. Like they could probably make multiple wigs. Man, I bet it's all nice too. Because men's hair, when it's growing out, it's just nice. It's usually nice looking. Like it looks healthy, you know? Because y'all don't do as much stuff to your hair as us women do. Oh, Mary Beth, I'm sorry. I don't want you to feel that like that. I usually don't even get ready until it's time for me to get on here with y'all. Like I've been getting ready like in the afternoon, morning now, because like if I don't have anything to do, why curl my hair, do all of my makeup? You know what I mean? Like if I'm not going to go out and be like doing anything, if I'm just going to be walking the dogs. But I've been trying to like get dressed and look nice. So when Vincent gets home from work, I look nice for him when he gets home. And he's noticed it. He's like, the last few days, you've been getting ready a lot earlier. But I don't think he noticed that it was for him. I think he just thinks I'm getting ready earlier. But pretend judge, you should start a channel. I think we're going to do this kind of stuff like on my second channel. Like during the day, I'm going to do like whole like open panels and just talk like just about fun stuff, you know? Just like whatever we want to talk about. Whatever we want to talk about. Because I have that second channel and I need to utilize it. And Mary Beth is beautiful inside out, princess. You're absolutely right. Yeah, classic one. You're right. And it takes us I feel like you're going through the same period in your life I'm going through. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting older. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like I'm getting, you know what I mean? Because I am getting older, but I'm like, 6 months, I'm gonna be 40. Like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that at all. No, absolutely not. I have 3 feet of hair? Oh, no. That's a lot of hair. So Really? I could see that, ladybug. They are telling women to, like, you know, not have babies over like a certain age. Now, it used to be 40. I remember when I was a kid, it was 40 because my mom was going to have another baby after me. She was 33 with me, and she was going to have another baby after me. And heaven forbid there was another one of me out there. That would be scary. But she decided not against it because her doctor kept saying, well, you're 40 and, you know, like blah, blah, blah. So I remember her telling me like later on in life, she was going to have another one. But Southern Miss, you don't even look 49. 49 is nothing though. But you know, your 40th was awesome. I want to do something fun for my 40th. I want to do something. I told Vince I want to go out of state. Like I want to just like, or like if we're in state, like go do something fun. Just go stay somewhere, get out of here. Do just something fun. Because I mean, that's a big birthday. And he's younger than me. He's 36. So he's like a baby to me. 55 in July. My mom's birthday was in July. She was actually 62. Michael, that's awesome that you feel great. I'm just making sure that I stretch every day because I don't want to lose my elasticity. Like I'm very, very flexible. Especially for like, you know, still going into my 40s. I'm good there. Oh, that sounds like fun. Camping in the snow in the mountains. That does sound like fun. Maybe me and Vincent have been wanting to rent like one of those vans that you can live in. We've been wanting to rent one to see because I've been telling you guys ever since I started my YouTube channel, I'm going to be doing van life one of these days. I don't care if I'm 50 doing it. I just need a more comfortable bed. That's all. That's all I'll need. But I'm going to jump off of here. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will be back tomorrow to cover, I'm sure, Idaho or whatever is going to be going on. I hope that we get some more news out of Idaho. There was those documents that we went over earlier in the live, you know, just them putting on the special prosecutor. They bring on a new guy. So we did go over that. And then, of course, you know, we went over the route that he was taking the night after, or the same day of, but, you know, that night after the homicides. But thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate you. I will see you guys all tomorrow evening. If I'm not on tomorrow during the day, I swear every day I'm like, I'm going to go on tomorrow and do a live. And then I don't know what happens. I'm just like, I don't know. Today, a bunch of people were live. I think it was yesterday I didn't go live because Betty's thing was going on. And I figured everybody wanted to hear about Betty and her court deal and all that. So I just didn't come live. And then, or was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. And then today, I don't know. I don't know why I did, but I should have. But maybe I'll be live tomorrow over on my second channel, Unfiltered with Tanya. We could do like an open panel or something. People can come up and just talk and say hello, and we can get to know each other. So I'll see you guys over there tomorrow, and I'll see you, if not over here tomorrow evening at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for true crime talk and whatever else we talk about at the end. Bye, guys. Have a good evening.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire.